What's happening, people? Welcome back to the channel, Ches99. Another good show for you, man. Consistency is key. My favourite line to say. Today, it's like a Chelsea v Arsenal thing. Not too shameless, or will it be? We'll have to see. We've got FaZe in the building. Second time on the channel lately. What you saying, bro?
Big up, man. Thanks for the invite, man. Appreciate it. Happy to be here.
100%. And we've got your favourite Arsenal fan, a gal, on YouTube. Shameless as always. Is he going to be shameless today, though? How you going to go?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Hope my lighting's good. I'm just trying to get my setup sorted out. I was like, somebody keeps moving my shit. But hey, there it is. Yeah. What do you call it? Nice to meet my fellow Gooner here. I don't know if you're one of the Gooners who don't like me or like me, but backstage, what you said kind of makes me feel like we're going to be on the same page, hopefully.
Bro, you know, you said that ago. You might actually think very similar. You know what? Let me ask you a question. Because there's only two Arsenal man here. There's more Chelsea fans, Arsenal fans to come through. Don't forget to obviously, man, them subscribe to the channel and subscribe to Ogal TV and FaZe's things are all in the description. No excuses. Easy, click on it. Easy to do. Get it done, yeah? Let me ask you a question, yeah? Off the bat. Do you think Arsenal's squad is good enough as it stands to win the league? So if you, man, forget January existed. I'll ask FaZe first here. Do you, man, think, you two here, think for yourself, FaZe, do you think your team, right now as it stands, good enough to win the league?
But you know, I instantly thought of, there was a time when I had Koscielny and Mertesacker starting the beginning of the season, and I thought we were going to win the league. So I don't know if I got the best judgment for this personally, but yeah, I'm happy with our team. If everybody's fit and can maintain that, I think we can. Considering we've gone, twice, second back to back with that squad with some additions. Yeah, I think our squad is good enough if everyone can maintain fitness.
The question
good enough for just for the league,
bro. Arsenal's clearly good enough. It's just, can we maintain that same level of consistency throughout 38 games? Because I feel like this team is good enough to beat any team in the league on any given day. It's just there's small lapses that take place due to injury, be due to just not taking certain opponents serious, like the Fulhams and West Hams, where we've dropped points in the past. But I do believe the squad is good enough to win. I do believe the manager is good enough to win. I just think we've come across a team in Man City who's been unbeatable at times. And if Liverpool win it this year, it just goes to show you Arsenal are good enough. It's just we haven't been able to get over the line. And then I'm going to have to start questioning the manager and some of the players, because really and truly, out of our 11, we can only probably improve massively in one area.
But that doesn't make sense. Just did you hear that? He said it proves we are good enough, but then Liverpool win the league. Does that mean you're not good enough then, no?
It means that
that's what I said. I said if Liverpool go and win the league, then I'm gonna have more questions about my squad, because I felt like the only team that could beat us was probably Man City. That's when I'm gonna question my team and think, you know what, maybe it's not good enough. But if you're asking, hey, could it be better? It always can be better, bro. 100%, you can always be better. But if your simple question is, are we good enough to win the league? We've been good enough to compete for the last 2 years. I think we are good enough to win it. We're literally been, 2 games off the season prior, 1 game off last season. This season we started off pretty poor, but who's to say we don't come back and catch up?
100%.
I don't think the
just
question is
saying, because you might have very similar opinions, but I want to see if you man differ in certain aspects. Just do what you're saying. You agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, what's the original question? The question: are we good enough to win the league? Is that
the original question was, as it stands right now, yeah. Do you think your team is good enough to win the league? Your team?
Yeah. Well, our team definitely good enough to win the league. Are we good enough to sustain it?
So man, yeah. I want to go around to FaZe after she finishes. When you respond to Steve, can you give me reasons why you believe it? As in, like, what about your team makes you think you're good enough? Because you haven't won.
I mean, it depends on how you see it. I mean, there's different avenues on how you view it. The first one is, do you feel you're good enough to win the league? In terms of factually, we haven't won the league. So if you're talking about factually, we haven't won it. So technically, we're not good enough to win the league. If you see it like that, but then you got to see it as Arsenal fans or Arteta or the board. How would they see it? Do you feel like you've got a team capable of winning the league? And do we need to make like major adjustments. I think that's probably more what it is. It's more about the context of how much more do you feel we need to win the league. And basically on that point, we don't need that much more. That's basically what we're saying. We're not saying, oh, our team's good enough to win the league regardless. That's not what we're saying. But as our overall point, our team is obviously we've competed. We went down to the last day against Man City. So clearly we're at the level needed to be right in the thick of it.
And I also think man are forgetting that we started the season with Odegaard injured. It's not a thing like this season. This season is not a measurement of how good or bad we are yet, because we've only played 10 games, and I feel like people are slightly writing us off. And I think Ches, I don't know if you're doing that, but your question.
No, FaZe was with me the other day, and I defended Arsenal by saying that your run has been difficult, which I understand, and Liverpool's run has been. Liverpool's run hasn't been easy, but like they've had a easier.
It's been a lot easier. It's been a lot. If we're going to be serious, if we're actually going to, instead of people.
The only reason why I wouldn't say that is because everyone has to face the same teams.
But you haven't faced them yet.
I know, but we look at who.
Yeah, but you can't speak on something that's not happened.
So yeah, but if anyone was to say, look at you got Man City away, Tottenham away, Villa away, Liverpool at home, Chelsea away. If anyone was to look at those,
but those aren't results.
Let me ask you one question. The same way when people say, "Oh, we've had an easier run in the League Cup," when they say, "Oh, you had Preston and Bolton," so fixtures do matter all of a sudden.
Let me debunk you man's logic, though. Let me debunk my own logic.
All of a sudden, fixtures matter, but then 1 minute they don't matter, but now they do matter. Or you've had an easier run in the League Cup. So is it easier run?
I think in football, it's contextual argument. It's not one or the other. So it's not you man have
you can use that your next stream, bro.
Yeah.
You see, they rewrite the rules, bro. They rewrite the rules.
No. Let me lie. It's not one rule for one. And
no. When they're talking to Liverpool fans, it's you had an easy schedule. That's why you guys are doing so well. But when they're talking to Arsenal fans, they're like, you can't use the schedule as a reason to be this poor.
No, but I'm going to explain what I mean, ago. FaZe was there. I'm not lying. I think just the FaZe were both there when I defended Arsenal. I'm just playing devil's advocate in it. I'm just saying, Did you have a poor result against City? Yes or no? You freaking
a draw away at Man City is not a poor result.
Yeah, by the way, this is yes or no's. Bad result.
No, it's not. No, we didn't. No, we didn't have a poor result.
Was the Liverpool game a poor result?
A draw at Liverpool. Again, how's that a poor? It's not a poor result.
The context of how the match went, you mean?
I'm asking questions. I'm not making statements.
No, it's not a poor result. No, it's not a poor result.
What other big games do you man have?
But what are you getting at? What are you getting at? What are you getting at?
I want to get to my point. Don't worry.
We beat Villa, so it's a good result.
Was the Villa game a good result?
We beat them.
Yeah, we won.
What other big games do you man have?
Tottenham.
Newcastle, was that a good result?
Newcastle was not a big game.
We lost.
What do you mean it was a bad result?
Newcastle away is not a big game.
What?
I wouldn't say it's not a big game. I mean, it's a hard ground to
go. You know what's mad? You're right, but you're wrong, because in the context of what a big game is, but to us, due to like what happened last year and the rivalry built up between the two teams, it makes it a bake game. Do you get what I mean?
It's not just you. No one's beaten Newcastle away in the last 2 years other than Liverpool.
So is Crystal Palace away for Liverpool a big game?
Can you let me know my point?
I don't think with them two.
You might have been interrupted. I can't lie my point. Let me lie my point. Okay. Cool. So we've established the only big game, regardless of count Newcastle, the only big game you failed at is what? You man tell me, then I'll make my point.
What do you mean failed at? I don't know what you mean.
What big game that's so difficult did you man not achieve what you thought you would achieve this season?
It's Newcastle a big game, we're saying.
Yeah, so tough running, right? In your tough running, where did you stumble? Where did you drop the points?
But we lost points at Bournemouth and Brighton.
Okay.
I feel like we dropped points.
Wait.
I don't know what you're getting at. What are you getting at
now?
Not really.
Those
Chelsea
teams,
as well.
1 second. We played those two teams with 10 men. Man City lost to them with 11.
Yeah, calm. No, but you got my point though, innit? I didn't even have to say anything.
I don't get your point. What's your point?
Just let me land it then, because a guy butted in with this point. Yeah, the main point is in the big games, you man didn't even do that badly. This whole running hype of we had to go City away, you got a draw. You had to win Liverpool at home, you got a draw. You didn't lose any of these games. The games while you're sitting fifth in the league, is the Brightons and the Bournemouths. Those aren't big games.
Where we got 10 men.
As well as.
No. That's the big games, the smaller games where Liverpool are winning, though. That's the difference.
1 second.
Wait, one second, ago. Let me land my point.
Yeah, go on,
keep
go on.
interrupting. Yeah. Liverpool beat Chelsea. Liverpool beat who else to beat? Villa. Liverpool have also beaten the small teams.
At home.
So it's not like they haven't played big teams and they've only played small.
They beat them at home.
They played Chelsea and Villa at home.
It was at home.
They
We played them
Chelsea
away.
and Villa at home.
Yeah, but you played Liverpool at home. You didn't beat them. Beat them last year.
But you're talking about Liverpool. You're
We
missing
should
the
beat
point.
them if it wasn't for the context of our players getting injured in the middle of the game. Listen, I think, Ches,
What are we doing here?
You are conflating performances with results. Performances, yes, we've not had good performances, but the context is we've had a lot of away grounds where we're not going to have the best performances, where we're going to probably play a little bit on the counter. As for the games where we were down to 10 men, you can't tell me going down to 10 men, having a numerical advantage for over 45.
Whose fault is that though?
Over 45 minutes. But you, by saying that, is also agreeing with me that is negatively going to impact your performance.
100%.
And my point,
that doesn't mean it's not your fault.
One second, my point is people are judging Arsenal based on our performances and not the actual results, because when you look at the performances, they're not as nice as they've been previously. And the results, yes, they've not been also good, but understandably so, where when you face Man City, when you face Liverpool, when you face Tottenham, Aston Villa away, you're going to potentially drop points, especially Chelsea away also. These are games where you're expected to drop points. We drop points.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah. People are definitely, I'll let you, man, come in as well, phase and just do it. People are looking at your results, your performance as well. But what I'm telling you is, you man are telling me you've had a harder run than Liverpool, which I've argued for you as well. When I look back and think about it and be objective, hold on a minute. But Liverpool have also had hard games. Whether it's home or away or not, they've also had to beat these teams to be top of the league. So there is no given right that you're going to be linear and go up and they're going to stumble and go down. That's my point.
One second. Let me give you the facts, though.
That's what I'm saying.
Let me give you the facts, though. We've played 7 teams out of the top 10. Liverpool have played 4, bro. And out of those 4 that they played from the top 10, they dropped points in one of them, and they lost in another one. So out of the 4 games that they played against the top 10, they've dropped points in 2 of them. So you're making it seem like all their games have been against the top 10 teams and then played well. Arsenal have played 7 games against the top 10, and we've only won 2 of them. So you can look at it whichever way you want to look at it, but against the bottom half of the league, we've only dropped points once. Liverpool against the bottom half of the league played 6 games, won all 6. Yeah. So that's a big chunk of 11 games.
No, I agree with you, guy, but the way I was facing just I could tell you for a fact, it's not necessarily the way you man are getting results against a big team. It's the confidence of the team itself. FaZe, are you confident even with this good running coming up? Because I'm hearing your fans like Ergal and just telling me we have to win 10 out of 10, right? I'm not making it up. You have to win all your games in this easy period. Are you confident as an Arsenal fan that you'll get it done?
Yeah, I support the team, innit? I go out majority of the time thinking we're gonna win a game, innit? So yeah, but I'm not of the type of person that has, like, I'm old, innit? I'm an old man. I'm gonna be 40 soon, so I don't live my life because expectations lead to disappointments, innit? So I'm just happy seeing what happens within. Do you get what I mean? Because you're saying that we have to do this. Now you're setting yourself up for disappointment. I think I've done that enough in my life to the point where I'm tired of it, and I just enjoy watching the team. And if they win, they win. If they lose, they lose. I'm still going to support them the same way I did before and after the game. Do you get what I mean? And the only disagreement I have with the sorry to go back on the last point, was the
sure, go back.
The schedule, yeah. I understand what you're saying, and the reason we're not where we think we would be is because of the small games we've lost, and I'd agree with that. That's factual, isn't it? So you can't disagree with that. But I think what we mean about playing the different, what's it called? You know, like when I used to say in the Champions League that when it gets down to the crunch time, the English teams are all tired, and the teams like in Spain, like Real and Barca, they just win every game on average 3-0. So their players are not getting pushed to a certain limit. So when it comes to the crunch end of the season, they have a bit more in the tank. Because even like last season, against Bayern, like we looked knackered. Like I could just tell, like we had all the players we needed on the pitch, but they just weren't at capacity. So I think like our schedule has taken more from our team than maybe Liverpool's schedule has taken from the team. Do you get what I mean? Because hard game.
do you think I'll pay dividends towards this next Christmas period where you man have easier games, so your energy you've exerted before, you should now be in a better mode, a bit momentum for the next 10 games? Is that what we're kind of alluding to?
No, I think if say for example the last 10 or 11 games we've had, there's been like context for that, and we're defending our team because I think it's a bit hard to crucify us based on those results without the context. I think if we lose these next 10 period of games or get shaky performances, then I think the criticism is warranted, because we should be doing way better in this. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. You're basically saying, but just D comes in there, it's just like you're going to give the benefit of the doubt to the team, hard fixtures, context, red cards, injuries. But now if you drop points in the next games, if you drop points here, there is no get out of jail free card. It's like it's your team's not.
But that's the thing. That's the thing. There isn't a get out of jail free card regardless, because we're going for the league anyway. So that's the reason why you have to remember. The Arsenal fans are so hard on what's happening and are so tough on it because of what we believe we are able to achieve. It's not just based on because we've lost this game and that game. No, we have been challenging for the title, so we want to beat Liverpool. We want to beat Bournemouth. We want to beat all these teams regardless. So the expectations are different. But not only that, when we're playing against Bournemouth and Brighton and those two teams both beat Man City. So all of a sudden, those results don't seem as far-fetched as they were when we lost to those teams. Because we lost to both of those teams. We lost to Bournemouth 10 men and Brighton
make a point on that point
10 men.
Rogal comes in. The only issue that logic is, you're meant to better your opponents, not be the same as them.
What do you mean?
Because they lost doesn't mean give it a bladder. You lost.
No, we didn't lose.
But it makes it look.
The Bournemouth one. You said Bournemouth.
No. I'm talking about the fact that Brighton, it basically took Liverpool having a counterattack in the 75th minute to win the game versus Bournemouth and Brighton at home, and then Bournemouth outplaying Man City at their ground with 11 men on the pitch, and Brighton beating Man City also. If I'm not mistaken, was Man City game at Brighton or was it at home?
That was at Brighton.
So that's two teams. That's two teams that we had to play over 45 minutes. Actually, one was 70 minutes and the other or 60 minutes, and the other one was 45 minutes. So over 90 minutes in two games, where our counterparts are losing to them with 11 men. Bro, I think those two games, I kind of understand why we dropped points in those games. And I'm like, we really could have won the game versus Bournemouth, if you really think about it. If Martinelli made his chance before Bournemouth scored their opening goal. Also, the Brighton game, we could have won that also. Overall, it's unfortunate.
Hold on. I'm hearing what you man are saying, but I'm seeing a few cracks in the logic in terms of like, it's a lot of external. Like, what's Man City losing got to do with you? Because the argument you man are giving me is, we had to play with 10 men against Bayern. We got a draw. They played against Brighton 11 men. They lost. Therefore, it somewhat justifies our result. Not really. Because you need to be beating these teams in the league, so i.e. betting the results, literally. That's how you get more points, how you win the league. So like that
let me give you an example. When Chelsea dropped points to Nottingham Forest, you could basically say to yourself, they beat Liverpool, so it's not a bad result. You got a point at least.
I don't feel like you say it's not a bad result, but I can think it
was a bad result.
It depends on when you play these teams. So when Liverpool played Nottingham Forest, nobody was expecting Nottingham Forest to have the run they've got now. So when Nottingham Forest beat Liverpool at home,
at the time, 100%.
At the time, it wasn't quite the same. But now, in context, you realize a few games later, hold on a minute, maybe that result was a little bit. Maybe we jumped the gun a bit, thinking
this is also Nottingham Forest. This, against your point, does also make sense because we weren't title challengers. We did see that game as we're a top 4 team vibe. Whereas if we were going for the league, like, you know how you said we got harsh standards. If we were going for the league, we would be more angry with the Nottingham Forest.
I don't understand. I don't get what Chelsea is not a title contender. What's that got to do with anything?
What he's saying is that after the Forest game, for example, we weren't as annoyed because we know we're a top 4 team that's inconsistent. Because we're going for the league.
I understand that.
We can't be dropping points at home.
But you lot was saying that you lot should have beaten us. Everyone was saying that Chelsea are going to beat us.
Okay, let me give you a better example. How about the fact that you guys beat Bournemouth 1-0? I've seen a lot of Chelsea fans going crazy at the fact that it took you so long to beat Bournemouth and it took a last-minute goal for you guys to win that game. Now, looking a couple months later, that 1-0 win looks so much better, especially when they've gone and beaten Man City and gone and beaten Arsenal. So even though you are telling us not to look at other teams' results, you yourself as a Chelsea fan look back at that performance and say, you know what, I can overlook that performance because we got the result at a ground where 2 other teams that are supposed to be better than us lost. And This is why we look at other people and their results and kind of use it as a measuring stick to measure what happened in our game.
Yeah, but if you can use context, I can use context. That's an anomaly.
Yeah, but in the Bournemouth game, Chelsea will remember Bournemouth slaughtered Chelsea that game.
But that's my point. Why I said exceptions don't make rules is that was one of the only games I've seen that kind of performance. So I can give that a blind, like, it's a one-off game and we won it. Whereas you, man, haven't performed well, as you guys have admitted on this stream, all season basically.
But like Chink said, it's quite. We've had a very intense.
I know the run is tough, but you can still perform.
Let's not forget the run being tough. It's not about the run being tough. I'm talking about the intensity of the matches. Playing Man City, who are your title contenders, so early. Playing Tottenham, who's the biggest rival in the league, so early. Playing Newcastle. These games are intense games. We've got a rivalry with Newcastle because of what happened last year. We've got a rivalry with Man City because of what's going on. We've got a rivalry with Tottenham because of the history. We've got serious rivalries. So that's an intense beginning.
Why does everybody hate us, bro?
You know what? Wait, 1 minute.
So I've got to answer this. Let me say one thing. Yeah. You know why
chat is back because I'm on my own, innit?
You know what? You see the commentators as well. Do you know why they hate us so much? Because they all used to play against the best Arsenal teams. That's what people forget. Like these players, the Carragers and the Nevilles and these guys were terrorized by Henry and that.
You know what I've learned.
You have that little bit of bite from back in the day.
You know what I've learned from doing these streams with like you lot and Naf and the Spurs people. Yeah, like it's fucking funny because you know what Mont said the other day. Yeah, it's like because Igal and Justine, yeah, they're having a conversation with us, but they're also responding to all the narratives they get attacked with all the time. So they're having a conversation with us, but they're battling narratives which other fans throw at them. All like, do you get what I'm saying? So it's not really. And Mont said this to me. Yeah, this is part of it, boys. This is what it's like because we're a good team. We've been a shit team for so long that we're not like we used to all go watch AFTV, just get bantered and just enjoy that. But now we're getting attacked, and it's kind of new to us. And we're constantly. You just got. This is what happens to good teams. You just got.
You know what it is? The funny thing is, you know what's so funny? We was at an event the other day, and me and my brother we're debating heavily with Turkish and troops. Like they were on one side, and where you see the same narrative that because I feel like us three are fairly on the same similar like mindset. I don't know actually where you are with Gal in terms of the Arteta and all that, but
I feel like all three of you man all similar boat.
Yeah, but I feel like a lot of the time as well, what we forget is everyone has a part to play in the Arsenal title charge. Us as well. Like everyone forgets that the things that we say online also matters. Everyone forgets about their part to play. Like you want Arteta to do high standards. You want the players to have high standards. Where we also have to make sure we are doing our job, and our job is also to back the club, no matter what. Especially if we've been competing for the last couple of years. That's our job.
No, you know what? I actually hear him. Do you know why? Yeah, because I hear him because you two are older than me, innit? So you man know what it was like before, like not social media, before like online frenzy, basically. And you just back your team. People banter you in the playground, whatever it is, but you just go about your day. But now, if you lose a game, you hear about it for a whole week, every day, and you don't think man like Declan Rice is my age. You don't think he's online?
Oh, yeah.
You don't think he's
all of these guys are they all see things, man. You go on your YouTube,
he's
on your YouTube recommended.
Online, like he's there.
You gotta be careful with what you say. You gotta be careful with what you say. So,
we give homage to the chat. Some points they made I thought interesting for you, man, to answer. Gal can answer this one if he's there. Why are we higher than you? This is Chelsea. Because you dropped to Newcastle and Bournemouth. We didn't drop. The only thing I would say was a bit spooky is we've actually only lost to teams better than us. So if we keep going where we're going, I'm not gonna say we're too mad, but like we've beaten all the small teams or like, got points. So that's what I would say to that logic. Is that you man have done the opposite. You man have got better results against the bigger teams, but then worse against smaller teams. But there's more smaller teams and bigger teams in the league. So it is how you want to see it, innit?
1 second. One second. I need to flip that on his head because we've gotten results versus the bigger teams. Who? Tottenham,
Villa.
Aston Villa.
Bro, on a real,
Chelsea.
on a real,
They're good results.
on a
Let's
real,
not do that.
a draw versus Liverpool and City is not getting the result for what we need. It's not. That's dropping
No,
points.
Faze,
I
just
thought
do.
you
We're
could have
not
a shot
doing
of
it.
Villa there. I thought
You
you
weren't
could have a shot
expecting
of
to
Villa
sit
there.
away. What are you doing here?
Yo,
Let's not be shameless.
a draw versus City and a draw versus Liverpool is minus 2 points on what we did last year.
Nah, you're
not
flipping the
improving.
narrative.
Yeah,
Don't
if you
do
talk
that.
about in equation to the
Yeah, we've
last
not
year's
improved from
result.
last year based on that. A
Faze,
win
just
versus
see,
Aston Villa
don't be
is
booming with a guy.
improvement.
They're good results in
One
isolation.
second.
Don't
A
lie.
win versus Aston Villa is improvement, but then a loss to Bournemouth away is a bad result. Like, I hear it. We've done bad in some of the smaller against the smaller teams, but even versus the bigger teams, I don't think we've done as good as everyone's saying. A draw versus Liverpool and City's standard for what we need nowadays.
Yeah,
We need better than that.
yeah, I agree with that. I can't. Who's
What?
gonna
You
disagree?
man
Who's gonna
weren't
disagree with
expected
that?
to be City away.
No, but we
We
want.
doing it.
That's what we want. That's what we need to do to win the league. We had one of the best records we've seen in years, and we didn't win the league. So we have to do something different.
Nah, bro.
That's what he's saying.
This is where you're wrong, though, man. Do you know why? I'll give you a stat.
Bro, when you won the league under Antonio Conte, did you go to Liverpool away and
no, you know
Liverpool at
what?
home? Liverpool at home. Did you expect
I
to
don't
win or
even
draw?
need to go that far back. I can go last year closer to home.
Yeah, but what did he say? That's not. What did he say? That's not right, though.
I'll tell you.
No
I'll
one's
tell you,
guaranteed points against City.
My favorite line is,
I know nobody's
what have you
guaranteed,
done
but
for
I'm
me
saying I want to
lately? That's my
improve.
favorite
I don't
line.
think
I'll
it's a
tell you
good
what.
result.
I'll tell you, man, what happened lately. Yeah, Man City last season won the Premier League. Yes or no? I'll answer yes. Bang. They only beat Spurs, who everyone mashes up, and United home and away. What's my point, boys? Why am I saying that? That
You need
proves
to beat the rest of the
you
teams.
don't need to beat the bigger teams to win the league.
No one
You
said
don't
that.
think we don't know this, bro?
No one said
So
that.
when you're telling me, oh, like the tough schedule, it's not even about the losses or whatever. You man aren't beating the smaller teams like that convincingly. All getting the
We
points.
have only
That's your
played 4
problem.
teams that are small.
And you didn't beat them. That's the problem. That's what the
beat
chat's
Leicester,
saying.
we beat Southampton. What are you
We
talking
beat
about?
every team that was
Or
still...
Bournemouth and what's the other one?
Brighton.
Bro, Brighton
We
was
drew
going
with
toe to toe
Brighton.
with you all last year. What are you talking about?
Man, if you just done your job there, you'd be calm. But you didn't.
Well, I
How would
hear
we be calm? The narrative would be you're
You'll
still 6
understand my
points
point
behind
soon.
Liverpool.
Don't worry.
The narrative would be you're
putting
still 6
agendas.
points behind Liverpool anyway. The narrative would be the same thing anyway. Oh, you're 6 points behind Liverpool.
You two do this football thing too much because you have trauma. I'm telling you two have trauma because he's kind of not even going crazy, to be honest.
Yes,
but you
please.
lot are just so like you lot have to battle so many narratives, and I feel sorry for you guys, man. Because I know it's because I've been there a little bit and I've lost my lid twice, so I know it's hard work what you lot are putting up with. Because he's not even really saying anything mad.
But what you
making good point. He's like, I hear it.
But if we had beaten Bournemouth, we'd be 6 points.
You should have seen it the other day. I literally was just saying playing Ipswich and Wolves away is easier than facing Aston Villa and Tottenham, and man, them were losing their head.
Yeah, see, it just gets silly. It just gets silly, bro.
That's actually a good point, guy. I don't know why
you even disagree with that. This is why you don't feed into it. Because look at the nonsense they disagree with you. That's an obvious fact.
It's madness.
They got CB in the building. There's a good chat as well. CB, perfect timing as well. That's so funny, fam. God, they should have got on to you for that though. That's so dumb. Man is stating a fact, and man, them are losing their heads.
Crazy,
that's how it goes, isn't it? It's online, isn't it? It's different to the real world.
Nah, CB, we're having a good discussion. I know you're gonna rattle some feathers, innit? Shout out the chicken bar, yeah. But here we go, yeah. Do you think Arsenal's running they just had? Is it the fact they dropped the points to the smaller teams that's bigger issue than like the bigger teams they drop points? Or do you think when Arsenal fans say after the running after the international break they're gonna go on a run and it's all gonna be dandy and rosy? What side are you on? How are you seeing it from a neutral point of view?
I think a lot of Arsenal fans is that fan base, they're very delusional as it is anyway. So they're going with the narrative of, oh, it was the red cards. Oh yeah, like we dropped points because we got randomly just got given red cards for no reason at all. We no accountability in the room. You know how it goes. And obviously the fact Odegaard's back as well is kind of giving them a new sense of life. But for them, what they don't realize is that style of play that your managers decided to go with isn't going anywhere. Now, but maybe Odegaard coming back, he may see you're more of a threat going forward. Naturally, you're not gonna have Trossard in the 10 or whatever the fuck you guys are doing. So that's changing. But the style of football you guys have decided to play now with this pragmatism that your manager's doing, that isn't gonna change overnight. And that's where I feel the real issues lie, in it. So I don't think you're gonna go on a crazy run after international break. You'll get your points. It's an easier schedule. So you will get your points, of course, but in terms of 18, 19 games on the bounce winning, that's not happening, isn't it? There's no way. Because I remember
who do you expect us to lose to?
I don't even know you guys' schedule.
I'll get it up.
Okay, let me tell you.
I'll get it up.
Our next game is versus Nottingham Forest.
Forest is going to be a tough game. I do see you guys getting through it. Like, you guys don't really have a tough record against Forest. Like, whereas us, we've never beaten them at home since they've come up. So I do see you guys actually winning that game. But it won't be easy.
After that, you want to just in the league or Champions League also?
No, the league.
Okay, next we play West Ham away.
You beat West Ham.
Then we play Fulham away. Oh no, then we play Man United.
Those games could be sticky, by the way.
Fulham and United ain't gonna be easy.
They're sticky.
They're not.
United at home, we haven't lost to them in 5 years.
They got a new manager bounce.
Yeah, that new manager bounce is not a joke, innit? They're looking at that game.
They're going to be on it. I can't lie. They're going to be on it.
That's a good tester for them to see where they're at. So I think they're going to take that game very seriously. Fulham,
you know what? This running, because Arsenal playing so whack. This running don't even look as easy as I thought it was.
It's not easy, man. There's no easy.
It doesn't look that easy, bro. What are you saying?
There's no easy games in there, man.
Yeah.
Like, we know this already, though, man.
Bro, come on. Everton at home,
and all of this looking at these teams on paper, because if
Ipswich at home.
If you looked previously and you saw your run of games, you would have not seen yourself losing to Bournemouth. You would have not seen yourself dropping points to Brighton and all of these things. So,
but
you're doing this on paper.
Yeah, that's a fact.
But the thing is, after 30 minutes, when you get a player sent off, it does change your team performance.
Christ,
yeah, it does. But the facts are that we know already that there's no easy games. That's a fact of it. It's as simple as that. So we can't even look at it like, this next 6 game run, or this 7-8 game run. We can't look at it like that. We just got
how about this? Forget about the future. Let's just deal with right now. I expect Arsenal to perform better in the next coming games with Martin Odegaard in the midfield and actual midfielders rather than attacking players playing out of position.
You know what the problem is, though? The issue is the points difference. And we're also assuming City are going to also be poor.
But we can't control what other people's do. We can only control.
But the problem is you control your own destiny. And my issue is this year: if you don't win all these games, there is a life where you could be 5th in the league again.
Okay, listen, I don't care about that right now. All I'm caring about is getting better performances and the performances matching the results. Because clearly, the issue people have with Arsenal right now is not simply the points dropped. It's the manner in which we're dropping the points and the manner in which we're playing. If we can improve the way that we're playing and we start seeing similar performances to similar results to earlier in the season, but with better performances, then I can expect us to actually get on a run. Because when we get rolling, we can see 5-4 goals coming in easy. It's just, you guys know we're getting the chances. We're just not finishing them. I do think once the goals go in, they come like buses. The next one comes after the other, and they come in quickly. I think last year and the year prior to that, we had games where we went 4 or 5 games where we scored 20 goals in 4 games.
Why? Let's slow down there, buddy.
No, it's true though.
No, it was the coming. It's
oh yeah, the comments are always crazy, bro. Yeah. You see what happened in my chat the other week?
What's it called? It's even funnier when someone completely doesn't get it as well.
Yeah, when they're oblivious, they have no idea. Like, what? That's funny. Faze, what are you saying? Yeah, what are you saying for your team? Yeah, do you believe in your attack?
What, in general or currently?
Yeah, in general. Like, is it Saka and that's it, or what's going on?
No, your team's attack has been that good this season. Was it last season? We scored more than the Invincibles. These are the best attackers I've ever fucking seen on my team.
What's happening? I think CB's point is correct. Your style of play is changing. It's making your attack look weird.
You know what? I think Odegaard has created 102 chances. He's the most creative player in fucking Europe. Do you know what I mean? Statistically,
and he missed 12 games.
And him being missing, he does more than that. He leads the press. He's the manager on the pitch, kind of. Do you know what I mean? He tells him when to press. He tells Saka he's got the good relationship. So I think, fuck, you see, I get so lost, I forgot the question. So the attack without him, I don't know, man. Once he gets going again,
all that stuff.
Once he gets going again, I think I have faith in them, man.
I think the problem is your manager sold his soul to the dark arts, man. I think he's trying to play that type of football.
That's due to not having Odegaard. So he's not going with his A style type of football at the moment.
Man, them. No.
You're scary.
Everyone
I'm seeing Pep. No.
Are we signing? Yeah, he's signing, isn't it? That's old news.
No way.
It's not old news. That's not old
just
news,
signed an
bro.
extension.
2 years as well.
Yeah, that was this morning, man.
Man, then who's gonna win the league, man? I thought Pep leaving
No
Arsenal at the
way.
gateway. I thought Pep leaving Arsenal at the gateway.
We got to get over that regardless, man. I'm not worried. I'm not thinking.
No, but
Yeah,
the
I'm
Arsenal
not
owners
shook
were
at
telling
this
me
Pep
when he
stuff,
leaves,
man.
we're gonna win the league.
Yes, you got to do.
We
Pep's
get up
the
on
Usain
speed.
Bolt.
Bad
Pep's
news
the
for the
Usain Bolt of this generation, isn't it? So
Yeah, he can't leave, man. Where else is he gonna go?
No, Faze, I hear it. Mirror that.
I genuinely thought he was gonna do the Spain thing, for the World Cup, maybe.
Same.
Nah, man,
Pep's
he's
still
too
young.
much of a control.
Pep's still young as well, bro. You have to remember that.
Man commented, why won't this guy leave?
2 more years of Pep. 2 more years of Pep, for fuck's sake.
But I'd rather win the league against
No,
Pep.
but
Pep's
only
bro.
Arsenal fans will use this. Oh yeah, this 2 years of Pep. Oh my gosh, like I don't fear Pep. I'll be honest. Like I've seen Claudio Ranieri win a league while he was there, bro. I've seen like Antonio Conte do the same thing. Like if you're good enough, you get it done. It's not like this acting like Pep is just impossible to win.
Was Pep there when Leicester won?
Yeah, that was his first season.
Yeah, that was like his first season.
Shit. Yeah, okay.
Leicester won it. What, the year before Chelsea won it?
Yeah, 15-16.
Yo, why are you guys lying? The Chelsea season was the first season under Pep.
Was it not 15-16?
Yeah,
No, it was the
I'm
first season.
sure. He went.
Oh, he wasn't there. No, he wasn't there. He wasn't there.
Is
No,
it?
only three managers have ever won a league with Pep Guardiola in the same league as him: Antonio Conte, Jose Mourinho, and Jurgen Klopp. So I don't know why you guys are adding a year to his life.
Yeah,
And the manager as well.
He was still at Bayern. How could it be two
What
places
you man
at once?
saying about this news? What you man think? Doesn't affect nothing.
I'd rather win the league against Pep anyway.
Nah, bro.
Same.
I don't want this guy here, man. Get this guy out of here.
Nah, he needs to be
Get
there.
Pep Guardiola out of here.
Nah,
I
cheat
need
him,
Man
man.
City's.
You want the best competition, innit? Who wants to win against? You want to win against the best.
Won the best competition. Let's be honest. If they're
Look at
all a
this
bunch of
mentality.
farmers and we win
You're
the league,
just showing the Arsenal mentality, though. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like,
CB, what mentality do you have right now? Your team is looking like a joke, mate.
We're above you in the league, bro.
But this is
The
what I'm
last
saying.
2
So
years,
what does that mean?
the last 2
Let's not do
years
that.
you've been fighting.
And we have the same amount of trophies while you
One
guys
second,
have
one
been the
second.
best
You
era in
can't use
20
last 2
years.
years.
One second.
So
Also, what I say on this stream, does it affect Arteta? Does it affect Saka? Does it affect the players? No,
No,
it
but
doesn't.
again, what you can't use
What
is the last
mentality,
2
bro?
years gimmick. You can't use that gimmick.
I could bring you Chelsea fans. I could bring you Chelsea fans right now who would say they don't care. They hope every other team is a farmers league, so they win the league every year. Does that change anything? No, it's just.
No,
it's
but
just
again, I agree with you.
I really don't care how we do it. It's been 20 years. If we win the league, we win the league. If Pep's here or Pep's not here.
Yeah, but I would rather win it against Pep.
yeah, same.
If you want to win, CB, how is that a poor mentality? It doesn't matter how you win.
Yeah, but Pep's here, innit? And we haven't won it while he's here, so you want to beat him before he goes.
I know, but I think
he's
him being
taken-
here for another 2 years is for them to try to rebuild with Pep here. And at this moment in time, if he would have left right now, I think it would have taken Man City longer to try to sustain their success. Where with Pep being here, I do think he is just a genius and he's going to find a way to sustain their success a lot longer.
Yeah, he will do, but we need to still beat him, innit? Like, that's what it comes down to, easy. But we still need to get over the line with him here. If he's here, and it gives the win a little bit sweeter, man. And that's just the way it is.
But this is why I look at you guys this year, and it's actually, I think you guys don't take this as seriously as you should, because Klopp is gone now. There's an opportunity now for the whole new managers coming in Liverpool. They could have had to restart. This City team is probably the worst team Pep's had with City on paper. I look at their winger options. Rodri even going down made it easier. You guys celebrated that like you won the treble as well. And I'm looking at it like this was
that's a bunch of kids on social media
for you guys to run away with the league. This was the perfect opportunity for you guys to run away with the league. With Pep having a weekend side, Liverpool aren't the same Liverpool. They've lost a key figure in what their whole project. Why can't you guys? This is now year 5 of your project. You guys just had 2 years of not getting very close and not getting it done. This is the perfect opportunity for you guys to run with the league, and you ain't done it. And
I agree with that.
Why have you done it then?
Well, what? Me personally, I'm asking for the league. As a Chelsea fan, I'm one of the few Chelsea fans that say I want to win the league this year or challenge for the title. And if we don't, I'm not happy with it. That's my standards, though.
So are your
sorry, bro? What you saying?
Are the fans that don't have that mentality not serious? Because you said
No,
we're not serious. So why are we not
for me,
serious?
it's a standards. It's a standards thing, isn't it? It's a standards thing.
So,
you guys, this is the perfect moment for you guys to win the league. Is this year,
and for you as well. And for you as well.
Yeah.
No, but I wouldn't say for us though, because we're in year 1 of this project.
See, this is what everyone
gets. So slot. So it's
yeah,
slot. And look what he's
and
doing.
look what he's doing.
They keep
you
saying,
segue me perfectly.
They keep saying year 1 of the project, yeah.
Look at that question. Perfect.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah, but they keep saying year 1 of the project, yeah. But you see, every time you sack a manager, doesn't mean you're in a new process. Like, because you decided to sack your manager 3-4 times, and we decided not to sack him 3-4 times, it doesn't make it a brand new process because you sack. Because really and truly,
I agree with that. But
but if you were to decide to do what we did, we stuck by Arteta in his dark times. You should have stuck by Potter, but you chose not to.
Yeah, but you know what I'll say just
you can't just say you're in the new process.
You know why though? Because we're literally getting rid of players now and bringing in players suited to a specific system.
Because
we never
changed
did
the manager. Because you changed the manager.
That's why I'm saying we're in the first year of our project. Because
but you're
now
not though.
We're building the bricks for this style of football that we never used to do. Before, we was buying players, regardless of who the manager is, and you have to make it work. That's the difference. So that's why I was saying, if you sack one of this project. So
if you sack your manager now, is next year a new project?
Depends what type of football we're playing. If we go back to 3-4-3, then yes, it will.
No, but you know something?
We're playing a different style.
Chelsea Football Club.
We're starting a new process this season then. So Arteta's 4 years.
Chelsea Football Club is not a manager-driven club. 1 second. Chelsea Football Club is not a manager-driven club. You've never been a manager-driven club since Roman days. You guys have been run by the owners, and the owners basically dictate which players come in, which players come out, and the manager is basically there to be a vessel to help the team, guide the team to what they want done. And really and truly, the people upstairs run the ins and outs of everything. So you guys cannot say a new manager is the process, because really and truly, you can't say Graham Potter was in control of anything at Chelsea. You can't say Thomas Tuchel really had too much control because you know why he left. Also, Pochettino, he wanted to keep guys like Gallagher, and the club wanted to sell guys like Gallagher. You clearly can tell your club don't really care what the manager thinks about incomings and outgoings, because they're there to get a job done, and the people who run the club are different.
But so you know what it is.
Can't really compare Chelsea to other clubs.
But you know what it is as well. If they believed in the process, they wouldn't have sacked the managers. The reason why they sack the managers is because
Chelsea will sack a manager. Chelsea will sack a manager because their fan base and their club has been built off of constant change.
Yeah. But also not the process. The reason why they don't believe in the process, that's why they sack their manager, because they don't believe in a process. So this whole 1 year of a process thing that Chelsea fans think they're in, that means that you're basically saying we're now in the process, we've got a new manager, but your owners don't believe that because they wouldn't be sacking managers.
You've won them 2 Champions League. Why would their fans think about any process? They want
they're right to think about a process because that's how it's meant to be. They're right to think that. But because they've had instant success in the past, we've not had success that they've had. So the reason why we've
not changed our managers as much as they've had.
But that's the point I'm making.
Lads, CB's got you arguing amongst us, man. We're not looking like a strong team here, lads, man.
But this is what I'm saying, though. Because my point was simply this, yeah. I personally, going into the season, I got criticized by a lot of my own fans because I looked at you guys' squad and the transfer window you guys had. I think you guys needed a striker and you needed a winger, like just some winger depth, maybe to challenge Martinelli. And if Saka just needs some, some rest, he could have done that. I think that's all you really needed. Seeing you guys get another centre back and Marino, which are fair enough, but I don't think he was that good. And Sterling, I don't think you had a good window. Now
you're not wrong.
I want to say this before you guys jump on my throat. Pause.
No, you're right.
I think going into our window, we needed a goalkeeper, a centre back, and a striker. We got none of that. So I wasn't happy with our window too. Don't get me wrong. But I looked at your window and I said, wow, this is an opportunity for us to capitalize. If we're a serious team, I think we can finish above you guys. That's why I've been saying for a long time, we should be challenging for the title this year. Because you guys all have the idea that you're challenging. I've debated with Don quite a few times because he says that we have like 7 Chelsea players in a combined 11 with you guys. And I say, okay, if we have 7 players that can get in your guys' team, and you guys are challenging for the title, why can't we be challenging? So I look at what you guys have going on, and I think, okay, we're in the thereabouts. Look at where we are now. We're above you guys in the league. It's bare 9. It's by goal difference. I'm not happy about the big games that we ain't winning games in terms of when we're facing big 6. So that's upsetting me a bit. But I'm looking at you guys' situation, and I don't see us far apart. You guys haven't realized it yet. You guys are under this narrative that you're gonna kick a second gear or third, fourth gear, and you're gonna overlap us in the league. But I think we're gonna be roughly around the same spots. The fact that you're in year 5 of your project and we are now above you in the league, we're competing with you guys on the same level roughly. That's not a good thing, especially when, like I said, going into the season, you guys should have been thinking, okay, we're running away with the league. It's a perfect opportunity for us to win it this year.
But you're not just competing with us. You're competing.
No, you know what? Like, he's convinced me, lads. He's convinced me. Chelsea are going to win the league. Chelsea are going to win the league. He's convinced me.
There we go. See, look.
He's
okay.
I've been listening. One second.
Good monologue.
CB made some good points. He addressed this question perfectly. The reason why he's annoyed we didn't get the striker and whatnot is because we wanted that to push on to be in this level we are now, even higher than this. But you know what the difference between my club and your club is? I trust my club more to rectify our errors than your club. Because you might need a striker, a goalkeeper for years now, not a goalkeeper, striker and a winger for years, and you got Sterling on the last day. That should tell you, man, more than what it tells me about my club. You know what I'm saying? Because I know my club will spend the money. I know my club are going to back the manager if they need to. Is your club going to do the same?
But your club will also sack the manager as well. That's the difference.
No, but my thing is that we can't use the last 2 years because they're exceptions, isn't it? Whether you want to accept it or not, we shouldn't be at that level. Everyone knows that. So I'm not going to use the last 2 years.
Why shouldn't we be?
We shouldn't use it because why should the top 6 team be in 12th and 6th place?
You're not supposed to be there. That's the point.
That's my point. Exactly my point. So
you're using it for your argument. They're saying you can't use it. You're saying
no. What CB saying about 1 year?
We shouldn't be there, but we can't use 2 years. The last 2 years.
What CB meant by 1 year process? Yeah, he meant that like the last year, in his opinion, he's actually seen the right players leave and the right players join, and that's why in the future he believes that it won't be far off between our 2 clubs. I will not be surprised this season. I make a statement if we finish above you this season. I won't be shocked.
But that's not about finishing above us. It's about winning the league. Why do you keep talking about finishing above us?
But
you man are competing for the league, no?
Exactly.
Yeah, by proxy, we're going to be far. If we're backing your logic, we're not going to be far away from the league, are we? Come on.
I don't get what you're saying. You're saying that you don't expect your team to be competing for the league because of the last 2 years, but then you're saying don't use the last 2 years.
No, I never said. When did I once say?
So why are you not title challengers then? What's the reason?
Because of last season. I'm not.
There you go. You just said don't use the last year. You just said don't lose last year. Didn't you just say that?
I said don't use the last 2 years to judge the process in general. That's my point. So when the gal said earlier, what have you guys done in the last 2 years? To me, I look at what you've done for me lately, and in the summer, yes, we didn't get.
So you should be title challengers then. You should be title challengers then, because you're near Man City.
Did you expect? This is why I see when you ask CB the question. So all fan bases not agreeing with you. Are they deluded or whatever? He said no, because most people will assume Chelsea are top 4. Most. Then you got CB who have higher standards, expected level, which is the challenge. That's him. He'll speak for.
Yeah, but he's right. He's right. What he's saying.
Yeah, but you agree with him, but fan base definitely wouldn't. But we're talking about what he said. He said that Chelsea should be winning the league, and the reason why he thinks Chelsea should be winning the league because one, they spent enough. No,
money.
He never said he did say win. He said compete. CBLI said compete.
He wants to win the league.
I want us to win the league. I want us to win.
Obviously,
the league.
why are you going to say compete and not win?
But the thing is, I want to win the league because there's multiple reasons. Obviously, just as Chelsea in general, but like aside from the last 2 years, even last year, I actually believed we was gonna actually do something in the league, just off the fact that we finished 10th in the past before and then won the league the year after. We've always been as a fan base going into every season. We expect either the league or to be in the latter stages of the Champions League or competing for it. That's the standards of Chelsea in general. And then they told me the Clear Lake told us that it was a 4-window plan. After Potter got sacked, Tuchel got sacked. That was a 4-window plan, and after the 4th window, we'll have a team that's ready to compete. The 4th window ended in September this year, so I don't see why there's no reason why we can't compete for the title when the ownership have told us that's the plan. Everyone is saying it. Our manager's saying, yeah, we haven't discussed top 4. Players themselves have hinted that they want to win. They want to go for the title. I don't see why not. That's why my standards are where we are. Now, a lot of people won't agree with it. They're going to say, oh, yeah, CB, you just want a reason to be mad. I just want Chelsea to be the Chelsea I've known all my life, minus these 2 years. And even last season, I genuinely thought going into that season that we was going to be like 3rd or 4th in the league.
No, but CB, you started the stream by calling Arsenal fans delusional. You know, some people would call your stream delusional.
But where does the delusion lie?
You're saying your team should compete for the league this season. Some people say it's somewhat delusional based on where you've been the last 2 years.
See, but that don't even make sense, yeah? Because the 2 years before you guys challenged for the first time, you finished 8th.
I was going to say this.
So
you didn't challenge for the league.
What does that have to
No, but one second. I'll tell you right now for free. The season before, the season when we challenged, no one was expecting us to challenge. They were expecting us to be lucky to get back into top 4.
Isn't that what he's saying, though? That's what he's saying.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. But you challenge.
No. But that's literally what he just said.
You guys, one second. But you guys haven't even gotten a step closer.
No. Do you know why I'm going to butt this logic? Very easy in the CB. I got you here. Do you know why? I'm going to agree with him with this part. It's because, you know, before you man title challenge, yeah, didn't you man have a sick record before that break before the summer ended, right? You man told me pre-season you banged out, you pulled out.
Oh,
you bottled top 4, yeah, but you done well in terms of like the win. We have had the same thing the last season where we had a good 2024 coming into this season. We done well this season. So what CB saying is exactly symmetrical to happen to you. So what he's saying is actually true. Not gonna lie. Maybe not win it, but there's no reason why Chelsea can't compete.
Bro, let me stop you right now. If a Man United fan came to you this season after Ruben Amorim and said next season we have to challenge for the league, would you say that's mad?
But what are they trying to go for, though?
Would you say that's mad? Yes or no?
I think we're not in the same boat as Man United. I'll be honest with you. I don't.
Based off last season, you guys were pretty much par.
Say that, but
their players are currently underperforming. Your players are overperforming. Like Nadi Madueke getting a hat trick. Certain guys overperforming. Cole Palmer and Jackson, I rate them to a certain degree, but the rest of your attackers, some of them are slightly overperforming. Where you go to Man United, let's be honest, coming into the season, you guys were rated very similar. All of a sudden, you guys are expected to challenge, and they've fallen off a cliff.
If who rated us similar to Man United, though? Not even Man United and fans themselves would have not rated us similar to them at a certain point. Though that's when there was still Ten Hag out even going into the season. So
now I hear that, but I'm just saying. I'm saying you guys changed the manager. A bunch of your players got into form. All of a sudden, you're saying you're challenging for the league with a new manager also. CB
also
coming into the season, that was a delusional statement.
Also not the same 11. This is what I'm saying. You guys like to do, like, for example, it's very irritating when I talk to Arsenal fans and let's, for example, we're talking about your first half of the season so far, and your excuse is
No, we're talking about Chelsea now.
No, I understand. But you guys want every single person to understand and be sympathetic for you guys getting red cards and Odegaard being injured or whatever. But then when you talk about our last season, for example, we had our best centre-back Fofana injured for a whole season. We had Lavia injured for a whole season. We had Reece James, our captain, injured for a whole season. Our marquee attacking signing in Nkunku was injured for a whole season. And then, so when you talk about last season's squad, that whole 11 is completely new, not to mention the new signings we got on top of that. So it's a completely different team.
But you've completely missed my point. My point is not about that. My point is about going into the season based on your performances last year, plus some of your players that are injured and how some of your attackers were underperforming. Yes, you went and signed some players, but no one expected you to make the leap from where you were to even get top 4. Some people question that, let alone when they started seeing you play football, then they said, yeah, top
I
4,
agree with this.
you're probably going to get it.
What I would say this argument, Carnage drops in, is football can change very quickly. Don't look at football as linear. And very, the guys older than us on the panel will tell you this. It's not as simple as, Arsenal doing good, therefore they're going to go up and win the league. Chelsea are 10th and they're 6th in the league, cool, they're going to stay there. Football, we could be sitting here in 5-6 weeks' time and we could be above you by 5 points. Who knows? You don't know that.
Who knows?
The
I'm gonna have to go, bro.
Is when we finished 10th and you guys were challenged that season when we finished 10th.
You
guys challenged for the league with Leicester and Tottenham. You finished 2nd in the league that year, and a year later we won the league. And where did you guys finish? 5th.
No, but don't forget you won the league the year before that.
And then we finished 10th though. This is what I'm saying.
No, but bro, CB, stop, bro. I gotta go. But before I go, I'm just gonna say this: don't compare this year's Chelsea to the season where you guys won the league, dropped off because you wanted to get Jose sacked, and then won the league the following year. Don't do that. Don't compare it. It's not comparable. Anyways, I gotta go. Chez, big up, man. Have a good one.
Big up.
Yeah, I'll let you know if I can jump on your team later. Love.
Whoa.
That was mellow.
That was crazy. That was meant to be off. That was off stage. You meant to say that off stage, isn't it?
You don't meant to say that at all. Off stage is crazy.
That sounded like a private convo. That sounded like a private conversation.
That is mad. I can't believe
I chose the worst man to say that as well. Because you want to diligent.
That is
yeah, but what Chick said is just as bad. What Chick said is just as bad.
Fucking hell.
I didn't hear what you said. I didn't hear what you said either. That's crazy. Anyway, man, them BSB Wave, shout Monts and them, man. You man, subscribe to all the channels in the description. Every single one of them, and we'll see mine there as well. Subscribe, like button's important to push all our communities out there, innit? But let's go to the next question, yeah. Actually, wait, we'll finish off this one. Faye, you didn't say much in that segment because I was talking a lot more with CB, but are you the agreement that Chelsea and Arsenal are far apart? Or are you saying you could see us climbing and potentially be above you even in the next 10 games? How do you think it will go if you had to make a quick prediction?
Fucking hell, I hate predictions.
It's tough, isn't it? But just like what your gut feeling is the next 10 games will go, the running you just saw.
Yeah, but I'm an Arsenal fan though, man. So I'm going to be a bit biased, you know what I mean?
No, do your thing. Your answer.
We've been playing poor and you've been playing fairly decent and we're equal. So if we can raise our standards a bit, I feel like we could, I don't know, man. The next 10 games are risky. I feel like at the end of the season, we'll be above you on points. That's a more safer bet, that feels like to me.
The facts are that Chelsea are getting their act together, innit? And Maresca's doing, it's not so much about the results and that. It's more when we played them, I realized it was a knife edge game, and we only have knife edge games with the really tricky top teams. And Chelsea are at that point where when they're playing top teams, it's a knife edge game. So they're getting it togetger.
We were knackered that game though.
But Liverpool way he's referring to as well. Like that was a close game.
They're doing what they need to do, and they're
but look, sorry to cut you, just Steve, but even you see that Liverpool game, that's what gave me a bit of faith. They should have smoked us. We were a wounded animal.
As in Liverpool,
Liverpool should have. Yeah, we were in a vulnerable space there. We didn't have all our players. Man's playing injured. Like Ben White's had to get knee surgery. This guy. They should have, the way they started the league, I thought they were going to smoke us. So after that game, I thought these ain't as good as I thought they were before.
As in Liverpool, you mean, yeah?
Yeah, Liverpool. Me personally.
I feel like all these teams are getting their act together, man. Chelsea have been in a bit of chaos for a lot of last 2-3 seasons. And now, like I say, when you play them, it's a tough game. There's no easy game against Chelsea. So I feel like that's when you got to really give them a bit of credit with, because it ain't easy having all 20, 30 players come into the club and new manager. It's chaos. The teams are chaotic. It's a chaotic structure, man. So the fact that they're getting it together and they're having like tough games against us, I'm looking at them thinking, and they
were hanging on though.
Oh, that's not hanging on,
Like
man.
the last half hour, yeah, they were. What do you mean?
No,
They
we
celebrated after.
we dominated the game towards the end because we got more experience and we're a better team currently. But you got to look at the game as a whole. Like if when I was watching the game, like I remember when I'm watching the game, I know what games are intense. When I'm watching Tottenham, it's intense because of their history. When I'm playing Man City, it's like, oh, they're just as good as us. Chelsea, it felt like that. It felt like one of them intense games for me. Like it didn't feel like it was like, oh yeah, we
Chess
should
match.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it didn't
but
feel like
if-
oh, we should be beating them easy like that. It didn't feel like that. It wasn't one of them games for me.
I hear you, but I just felt like towards the end of the game gave me a bit of faith because I thought like there was only one team going.
But that's you have to remember they're the youngest team in the league, bro. Like they're the youngest team in the league.
We were the youngest team in the league.
But
I mean,
I hate
yeah,
that because
yeah.
Jose, but we won the league the first year under Jose. We were the youngest team in the league as well. So when everyone uses that, it's like you can still win with that. Like,
No,
for
but it
me, I
matters,
looked
though.
at your game and I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy going into that after game. I feel like we were the better team. We dropped off in the last 15 minutes. You're right, bro. But I think overall we're the better team. We should have won that game.
No, you can't say you're the better team. I feel like
I think the draw was a fair result.
55-45 towards Arsenal kind of thing, I feel.
Nah,
But
I think we both. You man had the chance at the end. We had the chance with Gusto and with someone else.
Especially in the first half, I think we could have been a goal up going into that.
Fofana should have scored. Gusto's header should have. But you man see that chance.
Exactly.
Gusto should have
but you have to remember, we had a goal ruled out for like a toenail. You remember?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's time margins. That's why a draw was deserved.
Yeah, so it was. I think a draw was deserved, but like I say, I feel like Chelsea are getting their act together because to compete with us right now in Maresca, the way you're playing, it's not just. I feel like you're playing a controlled way of football, and typically Arsenal and Man City are the controlled way they play it the best. So the fact that you're competing with us with that football as well, it's not like you sat back and was playing on the counter or playing for certain moments. You don't play the same game as we played. So it's like, yeah, you're definitely getting it together.
I'm happy you mentioned that, about the football that we're playing, because the way you guys have become this season, let's see as Odegaard is fit again, let's see whether that changes. But you guys are playing the type of football that we have been accustomed to. And actually, it's the type of football that I miss. The dark arts, bare man behind the ball, counter attack, we score a goal, we sit back, invite pressure. If we're lucky, we get a second, the end. That's the type of football you guys are playing. And I think we're playing the football that you've seen you guys play for the last 15 years, where it's just passing the ball around, our style of play, whether we lose or not. Sometimes you get found out in defense. It's kind of like we swapped roles. So now I look at Arsenal's style of football, I've always attributed to your guys' play like Barcelona's, where it's a philosophy, you know what I mean? Like no matter who comes in, no matter who's in the squad, you have a certain philosophy or identity of football that's attributed to Arsenal. So now the fact that your manager's thrown that out of the window, it feels like, this is based on what I'm seeing this season. He could go back with Odegaard back, but if he was, now that he's thrown that all away, and he doesn't, and he's in this position where he's not winning or he's not competing, it looks like you're in the top 4 race. At what point do you say enough's enough, or does that not mean anything to you guys as Arsenal fans?
No, it's not. It's nowhere near enough's enough because you can't get like if you're gonna get someone to the kingship table, I want him to slay the king when he's there. Like, and another thing as well is what people always say. They like to say, "Oh, Arteta, he's not experienced, this and that." Well, you wouldn't get an inexperienced manager to come and lead your team, and then when he gets experience, let him have experience somewhere else. Doesn't make sense. Who builds up a young player and then sells Wanyeri when he's coming into his peak? It's like selling Saka now. What's the point of getting rid of Arteta when he's finally getting the experience of losing a couple times and stuff like that? What's the point? It makes no sense. You might as well get the experience at your club. That's the whole point.
You believe that he's the man that can lead you to the promised land?
100%, man, 100%. And not only that as well, it's not just me believing that. I'm talking about in the football world, they believe that. If Arteta is not at Arsenal, he'll go to one of the top teams in the world. He's regarded as one of the best managers in the world, like no matter what. That's just the truth of it. Yes, he hasn't won the majors at Arsenal. It happens. It's football. You know what I'm saying? But he is up there with the best managers. There's not many managers in the world that are guaranteed to be better than Arteta right now.
Wow.
You're very positive today. I'm not lying. Very positive.
I'm
always like this, bro. I know.
So hold on, you think CB? Do you think
CB hasn't heard you, innit?
So yeah, it's first time I met him. Still,
I speak to you all the time. I know you're like. I'm just saying.
I don't think Arteta's shit, but I just don't see no other top club where you've gone 4 years with no trophy, and you're giving leeway. He's like he has a job with no expectations or no accountability.
But you know
See,
what
I
it
think
is?
your
If we had gone for example,
No.
won the League Cup and the FA Cup and stuff along the way, and we're finishing second, I can understand that's a better projection. But if we had
If that
just won
happened this season, would you take
and-
it? Let's answer this question.
Yeah,
If
I'll
that
take it.
happened
I'll
this
take it.
season,
I'll take it. But
would
what
you
I'm
be
saying
happy
is,
with that, yeah?
my point is, if we have FA Cup and League Cup and stuff, all they would then be saying is he hasn't won the major. The goalposts will change, innit? We all know that. They would say, yeah, but he didn't win the Champions League or the league. That's what they would be saying. So the facts are, he's got us to where we've not been in a good 18 or so years. So let him do what he's got to do to get over the line. If anyone's knows how to do it and beat Pep, it's the guy that was with him for 5-6 years. Let him do what he's got to do. Let him figure it out, innit? Like,
it's just that's just not our culture, and I'm kind of proud of that, innit? We're not just about win or fuck off. And as a Chelsea fan, you might not appreciate that, but that's like we've had the second most long running manager in Wenger, innit? I kind of pride. Like, I don't only support my team because of trophies, innit? There's a way we carry ourselves and do things that I kind of appreciate, innit? Like Victoria, Concordia, Crescent, victory through harmony. Like, do you know what I mean? So, like, I can understand why you as a Chelsea fan only care about what happens recently, and if you don't win, piss off. But I think as an Arsenal fan, it's more to it than just that. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. There's a few things you got to do to be an Arsenal manager or part of the club. One of them is promote within. That's what we do. It's like the Barcelona model. We always promote from within. We always want our young players to get a chance. We always want our managers to be former players, and stuff. That's what we really pride ourselves on. So if Arteta does get over the line, it will be like more of a sweeter victory than it being just some we just hire
big
and fire.
if though.
So at what point is it like this is what I'm saying? At what point do you draw the line and it's like, okay, this is
we don't do that. That's a Chelsea and the other teams thing. I'm behind him until the fucking guys get rid of him. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm not ungrateful. I'm not ungrateful like that. Do you know what I mean?
I was listening the whole time, and I was like, yeah. Calm. Man says it doesn't matter whatever he does. Come on, man. That's not true.
Well, I don't. What do you mean it's not true?
But we've never won a Champions League ever. So why are people expecting something that we've never won?
No, but no.
Let me give a CB. Let me ask this, man. If Chelsea finished above you, I'll face first. Would you would change your stance? Yes or no?
Say that again.
No.
If Chelsea, you're gonna saying, "Oh, it don't matter. I back the team." I quote, "He's gonna win it eventually." It's football, innit? That's what you said. Yeah. If Chelsea finished above you this season in third, are you not gonna deep it, or is it okay?
I'm not Arteta out after that. Me personally, it would take a lot. It took me how many years to get to Wenger out? I still stupidly had faith.
But bro, what is our Chelsea finishing above
turn
us?
it around? Do you
know what to do with anything? Like we all lost the league last year. We finished second, but 19 other teams finished second. When we finished, didn't win the league. That's what I'm saying. So we didn't win the league, but loads of people didn't win the league. It's not just us.
Nah,
we were just
you can't. That's what I'm saying. You can't keep using other teams.
What difference does it make if you finish second or third? What difference does it make if you finish second?
So you lot are telling me, hold on, me in the middle of Croydon in CR postcode and my mentality is the reason why we haven't won the league.
But you're not the only one. It's a joint mentality as a fan.
No, he's saying if a lot of Arsenal fans thought like this, then there's an issue because then the club's happy where they are. But I'm going to say this
is why you guys
don't mean the club are happy where they are.
If Chelsea finishing above you would say everything the opposite of what you're saying. I'll tell you why. Because that means two teams, Liverpool with a new manager, who you didn't expect to be above you, that's facts, have leapfrogged you. Chelsea, who everyone laughed at the last 2 years, the recruitment's rubbish, the team's a mess, the management are finishing above you. Two teams, where last year you would have laughed at those two teams and said, yeah, whatever, are now above you. How is that not telling you the opposite? I don't understand. Why would you not deep that and go, wait a minute, hold on a minute. We're fourth in the league.
We would deep it, but you're talking about whether you would.
That's what I'm saying.
We're not saying.
You might be telling me in TV, it don't matter. Like, man, we keep moving.
No, that's not the question. The question is to sack Arteta. We're not saying that it's not a disappointing season. You can have disappointing seasons. It happens. We've had loads of disappointing seasons, but we're talking about is it enough to sack Arteta? It's a different question. So, like, if you used to ask me, do I finish fourth this year and then win the league next year? I'll say yes. Like, what difference does it make if we finish fourth and then win the league next year? I'm not bothered. If we don't win the league, we don't win the league.
When you say stuff like as a fan base where it's like, okay, like regardless of what he does, I don't care where we finish or whatever happens, I'm still backing him no matter what. This is why your board, when you finish second, is deciding that it's okay. There's no fan pressure of them getting no striker and getting Sterling on the last day because they know there'll be no outrage. You guys will just tolerate it. You guys don't that push the boundaries. There's a reason why you haven't won in 20 years. And it comes from a mentality of the fan base. Us Chelsea fans as a fan base, we've seen in the last 2 years the pressure the ownership has been getting given. Everyone's questioning them, wants them gone. XYZ, we're doing a lot of stuff. There's been movements. It's been on Matt Law's reporting news about Chelsea fans' reactions. And this is us we were 6. We went to a domestic cup final. We should have qualified for Europa League, and we were not happy with that. That is an abomination. That's the mindset of us. Even if we don't win the league this year, you've seen it, for example, after the Arsenal game. There's a lot of fans saying there's question marks on Maresca. There's some people saying Maresca out. We're 4th.
Yeah, that's madness.
That's our mind.
That's crazy to me.
Look at Spurs fans though.
Because we're like Real Madrid
That
fans.
is hard to be fair. That's
Spurs,
crazy,
Spurs
that's
fans
crazy.
every
That's
year
not normal.
expect to win the World Cup, and they ain't won fuck all. So like, I think we put too much weight on fans, and we value our own opinion a bit too much. Like I guarantee you, the fan base ain't the reason why you're winning trophies, in my opinion. I think it's because of the players on the pitch and the circumstances in the matches you play on the league, innit? Maybe call me negative, but I personally don't think the fans are that important. Me personally.
Our fans don't even do their job in the stadium. They get outsung by bare away fans. I'm not even here for that either. Like you go to games.
City got fucking fake fans on the tannoy in games.
I'm not
Like,
here for it, man.
They've won so much stuff.
Fans talk a lot, but they don't do their job. Well, how about you do your job first and go to the stadium and be a cauldron when the players come, innit? How about that? Do
Think
your
about
job.
with that logic,
everyone
yes.
else do their job, but they don't do their own job, fam.
City have less fans
I
than
go to
all
games,
of
the man
us.
are telling me
Winning
to-
everything. If fans
come
are
on,
everything,
man.
if fans are everything, why is City winning so much? Like, what's going on?
Nah, you man really back this team, innit? This is you man. I love this year because I can speak to these man. Yeah, when it comes to May, I just want to see if the opinion changes. That's a lot. Football's so fluid, isn't it?
No, I can guarantee you, you know what it is? I'm just an extremely grateful person. Do you know what I mean? And I say this nearly every stream, and it's like I have to do this to explain myself. I've seen Mustafi dancing in his pants, bro, with a do-rag on, and our defenders confused, man fighting, Guendouzi telling men to suck their mum on the pitch, Ozil getting our stock price dropped due to wars in China. Like, do you not know what I've been through? I'm just happy to see us playing good football at the moment. And Arteta is the guy that gave that to me.
I'm not quite there, though. I definitely need a bit
do you know
more.
what I mean? Do you know how many years of suffering I've had, bro? Do you know how much football I've missed out on? Do you know how much football I've missed out on when we were shit? This guy has turned it around.
Nah, a lot of years.
Let me have my faith, bro.
I hear you, but look,
faith.
Would you not say losing the title on the last day or 2 years in a row now, is that not suffering to you? Does that not hurt?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
maybe for you lot because you have imaginary standards based off what Man City did, bro. I don't. There's never been a time in my life when Arsenal have been the best team for an extended period and won trophies back to back to back to back. So who the fuck am I coming here with an entitlement that we should win everything? It's just not logical.
Yeah,
I hear that. I hear that point because not every team can win the league every year. Man City's madness.
I wish I had enough. I wish I had enough not going on in my own life to put so much weight on Arsenal winning the league.
At least
I just don't, bro. I just don't. I'm sorry.
We're asking for one trophy.
Not one, not even a trophy. Not even something.
Do you mean we've got more league titles than Chelsea?
Here we go.
I'm saying the last 5 years, you've only won one trophy. Is that not a bit concerning? No? You're not going to deep that?
Because you don't realize that we've been on our worst era for the last 20 years. You guys are in your best era. In the last 5 years.
Whoa. Your memory in
the last 20 years is your best era.
Your worst era, bro.
I'm saying it's your best
era. Even there, man.
20 years.
Let's stop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, football existed before then.
No, I'm saying in the last 20 years, this is your best era in the last 20 years. We can agree with that.
Who, us or you?
How is it our best?
Arsenal fans, this is your best. This is the best you got.
98 and all. Nah,
yeah, but 98 wasn't 20 years ago, bro. That's what I'm saying. Within the last 20 years, since 04, this is the best you man have been.
Oh, you mean since? Okay.
When the Invincibles 04?
Yeah.
Yeah, Invincible's awful. That's what he's saying.
We ain't never done nothing better than that. What do you mean?
But that's what I'm saying. In the last 20 years, this is the best you guys have been since that time. Do you get what I'm saying?
And so, but you know what? Bingo. So on that point, yeah, you listen to what you just said. So the guy who gave me my best period in the last 20 years, I must say fuck him and get rid of him. Is that what you're telling me to do?
That if in the best period in the last 20 years, you've won fuck all, and it's the worst period of our 20 years, and we've walked around with a Club World Cup and a Super Cup.
But you're using 20 years because it suits your narrative. Why not 30 years?
I mean, you could do that if you want to do that. Regardless, if you have 20 barren years of not winning a trophy or a league title, does that not do nothing to your core? It's 7 years for us as a fan. As Chelsea fans, it's been 7 years. You can talk to Chelsea fans how they feel about that.
I hear him.
It's a big deal.
Let me explain.
So
what
why
he
is
means,
it not for you guys?
You see how like you man are on the like wave. If you've been GLT Bali, you know the vibes in it. Bali GLT is about just chill. It's vibes. There's horses. There's other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Parties. It's just chill. You man are on that kind of island where it's like we haven't won the league, so I'm grateful where we are.
I'm not.
But no. One sec. FaZe was on that. FaZe was on that vibe. He's going GDT. He's chilling. He's happy where he is. But what CB saying is FaZe not pissed? It's been 20 years. Does he not want to go back to land? Do you know what I'm saying? Does he not want to go back?
You know he understands
That's the question, FaZe, isn't it? FaZe, he's saying, do you not have that fire in your belly? Like you're so close.
No,
yes, you're happy to be here.
You know
that's what he's asking you.
You know what's funny, yeah? Because this is do you remember AFT's golden era when it was just prime entertainment for everybody? Unfortunately, I was in that era suffering, so I couldn't enjoy it how everybody else did. This is why the last couple of seasons I've been getting that same feeling from the Chelsea fan TVs, because you lot you're so young, you don't even understand that football's in cycles yet. So you lot don't even remember. 20 years is mad convenient because it correlates with your life and what you're used to. Do you get what I'm saying? Like football is in cycles. I've been out of that cycle of putting so much weight on my team for so long. I'm not going back there. Like, do you know what I mean? I don't have that energy and that impetus. I just watch the games and whatever happens, happens. Like, do you know what I mean? I can't live in that state of it's so important to me what the team does, because that's bad for my mental health. Like, do you know what I mean? So whatever will happen, and I'll take it as that.
You know what? I hear
it, man. Everyone sees football differently, innit? So like, I do hear that argument that people give me that not everyone views football from the same lens because of age, where you grow up, siblings. It's different, isn't it? Like, it depends what team you support. So everyone has different perspectives. So I'm not gonna be like, crash it on someone. Like, you're saying, but at the same time, if this was Chelsea, boy,
he would have been gone.
Look at West Ham. Look at West Ham. West Ham won the...
Just know this: if Chelsea done what Arsenal did in the last 5 years and mirrored it from now until 2030, whatever it is, the fan base would go.
But you lot grew up winning Champions League.
Rates at SW Borough would go crazy. I'm telling you.
Yeah, you lot grew up winning
Chelsea, West, Southwest streams. Like, we got off. We get bantered. We peak.
Depends
like,
on what
we've
you
lost finals 4 years in a row.
Depends on what
we've lost 4 finals in a row in Wembley, and we're pissed. You should have seen the final. I showed you this day. I went to the final this year. Which one? I went Man City semi.
The
and the Carabao Cup final was there, bro. With all the man, Lewis, Nino, them, bro, we were pissed. No one was talking on the train. No one.
And this is, what's mad. There was a fan on that train, my age, just fucking happy to be there. Like, because he remembers.
Yeah, I hear that. That's what I'm saying.
I'm just happy to be here, bro.
You know what I've realized though? When I went to go see Madrid versus Leipzig. I think it was in like February, and I was speaking to a couple Madrid fans and that, and they were saying in terms of English football, Chelsea fans have the same mentality that they do, where it's like we don't tolerate nothing. No matter how much our managers want, these lot were saying Ancelotti out last season. They're saying it again this season. No matter what our managers want for us,
season, bro.
Yeah, same again.
They're not attached. They're not attached. They don't get attached.
I don't care. We want to win again. These lot booed CR7. That's what I'm saying.
They don't get attached.
As Chelsea, that's what we're like. We, for example, Mourinho's second spell, you guys would have kept him. You guys would have not got rid. We got rid. You don't care.
How do you know that? How do you know that was the right decision?
I mean, we won a league title the year after.
Yeah, but you don't know if you would have won. You don't know if you would have won. You don't know if you would have won 2.
No, but just you see the same way, yeah. you man was saying, oh, leagues are few and far between. It's hard to win. If you're sacking managers and you're winning leagues, it's definitely a good thing. That's not a bad thing.
Yeah,
Like,
but you start the manager, won the league, and then what about the next years?
Yeah, but you just take it how it. Whoa, you'll take the punches as they roll. You know what I'm saying? So
that's what
yeah,
Chinks is saying. That's what Chinks is
hey,
saying.
I was about to say something crazy, but you went ahead listening to me. I was like,
don't you feel
like
that?
smiling? I was like,
I think that's bad though, man. I respect Mourinho, man. I think you look kind of dealt with him a bit harshly, man.
Nah, he went to Spurs.
No, but one side's lucrative, isn't it? If you kept him, you never know what could have happened. You don't know.
No, I hear
like,
you.
This is the thing. Like we sacked Ancelotti.
Our players, Cherry could have left. People could have left. You never know. The way it worked was everyone knew at the club, Maloudas, Kalous, all these men who weren't even that great. They knew new manager comes in, we keep it moving. There wasn't an excuse. Else we're out the door. If managers get sacked, players can get sacked the same way. So there was a good mentality of the call was there. Terry's job was like, yo, you man, you know, you come to dressing room, you know what it's about. You know what we're on. And a new manager comes in, they already know what they're stepping into. So everyone's on the same page. That's why even Chelsea now, I kind of like the fact they got rid of Poch, CB would agree, because all the rivals are telling us, keep the guy, he's doing good. And we were like, no, 6th in the league, no wins in the finals, get him out. Because the standards have to be there.
So what do you expect this season from Maresca? So if Maresca doesn't win the league, you think sack him then?
Bro,
it depends how far off he is.
He's different. Go on, CB, go on.
Yeah, I like I said, my expectations for him was a domestic cup. And by the way, I'm fuming about how he played about that Carabao Cup, especially when you want to do a big risk like that, doing 11 changes going into a game for the United game. You better win the United game. He didn't do that, and he cost us a trophy. That's a disgrace already in itself. But yeah, I'll say a domestic cup, obviously the Conference League, and to challenge for the title, no less than 3rd in the league. That's what I want.
If he doesn't win any trophies this year, you think get rid of him, get someone else in?
Depends how we do in the league.
It depends how far off we are in the league, innit?
If we're like less than 10 points off the league and he loses the Conference League, we'll still be pissed. But we'll be like, you better go and do something next season. That's what we'll
But that's the same thing we're saying. It depends how far we are in the league.
But you guys are 5 years.
No, don't compare us. You're different to us. You're different to us. Like we're not 5 years deep, 3 years deep. You're not. You're
just 5 years deep. I don't understand it.
You man have title challenge 2 years in a row.
You sacked 10 managers.
And then just by Faze's logic, I could turn around and say, "Oh, I saw us 12th in the league. Oh, last season we was 10th for so long. We lost to Sheffield and Burnley back to back. Oh, we dropped points to them. It's a mess." All of these things, I could go around and say that, and I say, "Oh no, but Maresca's come in and." Even though we're not competing anymore, it's not as bad. So I don't care what happens to him. He can stay. But
if you said that, CB, I'd be like, that makes sense to me. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm not going to attack you and start going, "Oh, you're Chelsea, you're scum." Like, you know, I don't.
Yeah, logical. You know, you're using your mind, you're using your brain. It's logical.
Do you know what I mean? Because those things make sense to me. To me, Chelsea are fucking looking great because I have a memory of the first half of last season when Poch didn't know what the fuck he was doing. So the way you ended the season, the way you're beginning this season, I'm thinking, fucking hell, Chelsea are doing good. Do you get what I mean? With the context applied. I'm not going to go, "Oh, but you're Chelsea, you won the Cup Winners' Cup and beat you with that stick," because that's just disingenuous.
Yeah, that's the difference between like what CB was referring to the Chelsea fans in general. They see the season as top 4 and like getting a trophy. Where some fans, not just CB, certain fans expect to be title challenging and winning those trophies. It depends. If you're on FaZe's point of view, you'd be happy with top 4. If you've got CB's point of view, you'd be nah, I want a challenge, bro. It's been 3 years, so it depends. I don't think either opinion is wrong. I don't think CB going. We've got Pedro Neto now. Your team's been here for 2 years. The manager has to deliver because that's why he's there, obviously. So why can't we go 3rd in the league and push?
So you expect to win the league with a championship manager? So you got a championship.
No, I don't expect to win the league. No, I don't expect to win the league. What I'm saying is
a championship. No, but I'm saying
championship manager that had a tad of disrespect in it. Just I'm just good.
We're not. I'm being serious. You want to do a shameless thing?
He's the English.
You can turn this to shameless if you want to.
If you want to be shameless, he's won more titles than the country than Arteta. He's won more
Chat,
league
is that
titles
all
in
in the chat?
England
Let me
than
know.
us.
Just Chambers chairs and say we'll
Oh,
speak it
So
up.
if you want to do run around the Champions League manager stuff, he's got more league
I'm
titles.
saying you've got see what I'm saying. You can't even speak anymore on this online. This
I
online
didn't
thing. You
know
can't even say that.
Bro, you can't do that,
Who's
bro.
that?
That's cheeky.
You can't even say that. I'm saying as a you reason why you bring on Maresca in is because you feel like he's got potential, innit? And you feel like he can do what he needs to do. I don't think you're bringing him in to say he's the best manager in the league. I don't feel like that's why you bring Maresca in personally. Otherwise, you just go for the best manager in the world on the better. Let you go for an Nagelsmann or someone. But you went for
Their
Maresca because
rhetoric
you're
is like,
believing in his style of play and the process, isn't it? That's what I'm assuming.
their rhetoric is like they'd rather spend money on players to become the best and managers to become the best than buying the best now that are declining, whatever. So again, that point of view is so weird for me because I don't like it because I want to win, but at the same time, it does make sense. So it's like, again, it depends how you view it. If you're a long-term person and you're risk-seeking, it's a good thing. If you're risk-averse and I want to win now, get results now, then you're going to be a bit disappointed. So it depends.
But if you're the
Depends
owner of Arsenal, you got to look at it and you got to see it as a logical point of view. And you got to say, we got in the Champions League for the first time in a long time. We got to the quarterfinals or wherever we got to. We're challenging for the title. So you got to see it as an owner. I know as a fan base, you just want to win regardless. But what do you think the owners are thinking? They're thinking, we've got a guy that's got us back to the top of the table. So why would we get rid of a guy that's competing at the top?
From the owner's point of view, they're not
Is
going to
this
get
a
rid of him.
Chelsea
Unless
Chelsea owners or Arsenal owners?
Arsenal. He's saying Arsenal's owners, regardless, unless Arteta finishes like outside top 4, they're going to keep him regardless.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
we've known
owners
that
don't sack managers
criticism. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. The criticism of Arsenal's ownership for in the last 10, 15 years has been the fact that you guys, they don't really care. As long as you guys get top 4, they get their certain amount of money and they focus on the other American teams that they invested in.
Yeah, but that's not true because they had this already in America plenty of times where people were saying, oh, they were in the dumps a lot of the time. And then they ended up winning all the big trophies in America. I know it's not the same thing because it's different, but they ended up winning everything in America with all their teams. So, and they don't sack managers. Their thing is to stay by the process, pick the right manager and stick by it. But I wouldn't think that if you're looking from an owner's point of view from Arsenal or Chelsea, you got to look at who you're bringing in to decide whether you think that it's a now thing or a future thing. If you bring in a Mourinho, you know it's now. If you bring in a Tuchel, you know it's now. If you bring in a Maresca, you know it's okay. Let's see how he does. It's different. And if you bring in a Maresca, then I can assume that, okay, it's a bit different. They brought in a Potter to try and do the process and realize, hold on, we're spending 1.7 billion. We want to win right now. That's what they decided to do. That's why they brought in Pochettino. And then they realized Pochettino wasn't the guy that they should have brought in, so they're going to go back to the process. That's what they're doing. They're up and down.
I don't even know why I know why they hired Poch, but it didn't work. I know why they did it, but
I get it as well. It was a stepping stone, and I'm not gonna be one of those Chelsea fans.
They only gave him 2 years for a reason.
I'm not one of those Chelsea fans that's gonna sit here and just discredit everything he done last season. In terms of just the team building and how we gelled as a team, he played a big role in that. He's got 4 young player of the years under his belt. Harry Kane 2 times, Dele Alli once, and Cole Palmer as well. You see the essential of Cole Palmer. Would that happen if we had a different coach? Who's to say so? You've seen the way Caicedo, Gallagher, Gusto, all of these young players developed under him. Nico Jackson, for example. I'm not going to take that away from him. I do understand, like, it was in hindsight, because I hated last season a lot, but in hindsight, them hiring him made sense. I get what they tried to do, and it did kind of pay off in terms of just us as a team gelling and these players improving. So I'm not going to take that away from him, but I get it, innit? It was a tough. There was growing pains, innit? That's the best way to explain it. There was growing pains with that hire.
Facts, and that's a really good point. Like he definitely galvanized the squad. Cole Palmer getting Young Player of the Year, his accolades, the team improving. Now you're seeing the team gelling. You don't see any rifts in our camp. People upset, even though the 2 aren't playing, like in Kuku and stuff. You don't see them physically getting all uptight. You can kind of tell they know their role and stuff, which is a good thing. But where Potts failed was the final, was top 4, and that's why he got sacked. If he got top 4 and won the final, no one would be calling for his head. So Maresca is the same logic.
But you don't want to keep him anyway. Most of the fans were saying he should have stayed.
No. It was split. It was split. That's not true. It was split. I was
one of the fans that wanted him to stay.
CB, I only changed my mind literally, because I do NAF all the time. I only changed my mind like April, May. When we drew to Sheffield or Burnley at home, whatever it was, that's when I said I wanted him. We couldn't even beat Burnley at home, whatever. I think we did.
For me, it was
They're
the
10 men.
Arsenal loss. When we lost 5-0.
Oh yeah. It was the
I can't
same
remember.
period, CB. We lost against
it was.
Arsenal. We drew against like Sheffield and Burnley in that just a
It
year.
was right.
That's
The
why I
Arsenal
changed
game
my mind.
was right after the Man City semi-final.
And that's where a lot of the fans changed. But bro, 100% people actually wanted them to stay.
Yeah, of course you did, because you can understand the process. That's what I'm saying. Those people were logical in understanding.
No, but I wouldn't say it was the process. It was more so he didn't really have he didn't have a fair hand to play with, you know, coming into
injuries.
This. The injuries were unbelievable. The ownership weren't backing him. They didn't back him in January. There was a certain point when Nico Jackson went out and went to AFCON, and we had Broja as our striker for a month, and they didn't address nothing. We knew we needed a striker. They didn't address it. Fofana was injured. Colwell was getting injured. We had Bajashil and Dasasi as our centre backs. Like there was a lot to play there that was difficult. Like I understand it. In hindsight, I get it. Like I think it was for the best that he left, and Maresca actually is looking like a decent hire. I just want him to do better in the big games. But I get why he had to go, but I also understand why a lot of people were defending him. So.
But yeah, just to last little segment, it's a good conversation. Big up the chat, subscribe to all 3 of these channels.
Big up.
In the description. We had 200 plus people at one point. If you man all subscribed, with all big communities in here, it will benefit us all a lot. So for me, hit the like button, subscribe right now. There we go. Love to see it. I was gonna say that these next 10 games I put on the screen before, they say a lot about our teams. They say a lot about
you lot got a tricky run next 10 games, isn't it?
Use the injuries. Nah, opposite. We've quite a calm run. On paper. Just the
no, it's Tottenham. Tottenham have got a tricky run.
Yeah, the only big game we've got, I think, is Tottenham. But on paper, I don't like doing that. But on paper, we've got easy run. But I was gonna say, it says a lot about our teams. Are Arsenal really hampered by the injuries and red cards? Are Chelsea overrated? Have we played that good? We're gonna see. Because Chelsea and Arsenal both have a similar level of opposition coming up in the league. There's no excuses. You both have Europe, both big squads. There's no excuses. So let's see where the ducks lay in it and where the chickens lay to roost. Yeah, but for me, as a Chelsea fan, TV, we got to touch on Arsenal phase and just I'm optimistic for these next few games, but I do want to see us beat Spurs in particular, because this Big Six thing ain't gonna go on for me. Because I know we don't need to beat these top 6 teams to win the league or get top 3, but not being any of them is kind of disappointing. So for me, I want to see our team, solid performances, squad rotation, get everyone a chance. Drop Sanchez, drop him because he's crap. That even the Graver says it here. Sanchez out, Jorgensen saved my club. Fact.
But the thing is, Jorgensen isn't that good either. We're back in the same position as last season with the Petrovic thing, though. Like the 2 cheeks of the same ass, man. And it's the amount of money we spend on goalkeepers, the fact that we ain't got it sorted out. Just rise the bread, 70 million. Go get Diogo Costa and just wrap this up, man. Why are we doing all of this just mid goalkeepers and whatever? But to say what you just said, sorry, I got distracted with the Sanchez stuff. They're both bad, innit? I agree. Sanchez ain't good, but I don't know. But in terms of we do need to beat Spurs. I think we will beat Spurs. We always do. If we don't beat Spurs, that's when serious question marks about this Big Six record comes up. But I don't think our record is that. I'm not that confident with our schedule, I should say, sorry. Because as we know, Chelsea late November, December runs have always been dreadful, no matter who we're playing.
Every single year.
There, so I need to see a lot for me to be more confident about that, firstly. And a lot of people are ignoring the fact that we've also got Aston Villa in 2 weeks, which is not an easy game. We got Aston Villa, Spurs, and someone else, which is a bit of a bogey for us. I can't think of the top of my head. Within our next 5 games. And just the time of the year, I'm not that confident. Obviously, I would like for us to do well. Like, for example, this weekend we got Leicester, 12:30 kickoff from an international break. We know how we are in that span. Like it's never those type of time slots. Fresh from international break never ends well, no matter who we're playing.
Yeah, never.
Away from home, especially. It looks like Lavia's got a hamstring injury. I don't know how serious that is, but Lavia's got a hamstring. Enzo is fatigued apparently. So in terms of Caicedo's midfield partner, we'll probably see what Casadei or Drewsbury Hall.
You can't, Chibi, You can't be adding context. Surely you're not allowed to do that. Surely you're not allowed to do that. After all the chats you had, you can't do that.
Who cares about it? Who cares about international break? Who cares about injuries?
No, but
You know what
these
I'm
are
saying?
the things that
When we had
come
a middle of
back
a
from-
World Cup and the Queen
He's
died in the middle of our
you.
season, you didn't give us any slack. What's
stop
going on
that.
there?
That said the Queen died.
Laughing at the
no.
Queen died, crazy, man.
Hey, CB, a bit update here. Big up, Mo. Whether isn't injured, just didn't feature for training. Yeah. Apparently he's not injured.
Fingers crossed he's fit. Hopefully he is. Yeah, we've also got Everton at Goodison Park. We've seen how that's been in the last couple years. So
has anybody played them away, Big Six team this season? Don't think so.
I'm not sure. You
Tottenham,
know?
they lost. I think I don't think
Yeah,
he has. That's gonna be
Spurs.
tough. Oh, they lost. I think they lost. That's gonna be a tough game. We never do well there.
So that's what I'm saying. So these are very big tests, and the way our fan base is neglected, like looking at it on paper and like, oh yeah, we're gonna go on a mad run, 10 games unbeaten. I would love to. If we are seriously title challengers, then these are the big tests that we need to answer. Villa at home, let's get that done. Especially considering at Villa Park, the last time we played them, we should have won the game, but with that VAR decision, which I think was bogus, that would have been massive for our top 4 hopes, because people forget we only missed top 4 by 5 points, and that would have been a massive 2 points in that run. It would have affected them also. I look at, like I said, the Spurs away. That's not easy. I like to get that done. Hopefully we do. They're gonna have a chip on their shoulder because of last season, that 4-1. So that's tough. Like I said, hopefully Lavia's fit, and then Everton. So I'm looking at this run of games, and I'm actually looking at this a bit anxiously, like I was with the previous run we had after the last run that we had before the international break with the Liverpools and that, because these are the bogey teams now. We're facing the teams that have shaken us up for the last couple of years in this time of the year.
This is what you're saying is fact. This is a good thing for me because it's exciting, isn't it? You get to see whether your team has really changed or if it's much of the same. You see, so this little run here will tell us a lot about our team, and I guarantee you, Chelsea looking good after this spell, there'll be a lot of hype. And if we're not looking that good, there'll be a lot of criticism. So let's see, man. But I'll give everything you said. Arsenal's little 2 pence now, phasing just the similar running to Chelsea in terms of you face a few middle to high teams, a lot of low teams. You man need to win, man. Like we said before, like, how are you man feeling for this run?
For the run, can't talk about. Got to take it one game at a time, man. This whole looking past all that, I've never been a fan of that, man. I'm not a fan of this looking at the next 4 games. Yeah, we can win. Yeah, we get 12 out of 12, and I'm not interested in none of that. Beat Nottingham Forest, they're right beside us. I want to beat Nottingham Forest, then we go on to the next game. That's how we need to see it. That's how the fans need to see it as well. 1 game at a time. I can't be bothered to start looking at it and start getting disappointed because we won 3 games but not the 4th. Or we won 2 games but not the 3rd. I'm not interested in all that. Oh yeah, but if we had won 9 out of 9, we would be here. I'm not interested. I want to win game by game. That's how we take it. And that's how Arteta's taking it as well. He ain't looking at it like, yeah, I can't, yeah, we're good. Let's focus on West Ham. He's focused on Nottingham Forest through and through. Because Nottingham Forest, all of a sudden, you don't beat Nottingham Forest, and then it don't make no difference what happens against West Ham. You need to beat Nottingham Forest. So, and you have to remember, every single game, this is the part that people forget, every game is only 3 points. So you draw with Man City and you draw with Brighton, you get 2 points. You lose 1 and win 1, you get 3 points. So it's all well and good drawing with a Man City and then drawing with Brighton, but it make more sense to lose to Man City and beat Brighton in terms for the title. So you better just make sure we just win each individual game and just focus on that. All of this looking to the Christmas period and all that, I'm not interested. I'm not doing that.
Same.
I've done that for years.
Even like CB said, I know it moves on Chelsea, but that Leicester away game, that's nerve-wracking. Because that's an away game, international. I'm saying just the international break just ends. You could easily see yourself lose that game or draw that game. Easy.
Yeah, but we were happy with we drew.
Yeah, and now you're looking at the run going, oh, now we pick up again. Now
That's what we've done. That's what we've done. You get happy drawing Man City with 10 men. You think, yeah, you take the point because you think, oh, we're gonna then beat Bournemouth and we're then gonna beat. That's why you take the draw. If we were gonna draw with another team, I'd rather lose to Man City and beat that team. Like, even though it's not good for the morale and we lost to Man City again, but that's neither here nor there. It's about points on the board. And the points on the board are you get 3 points for a win. So just get the 3 points for that one win. Don't matter who you're playing. That's how we got to see it now.
Phase, make or break, man. Next run in. You man are currently 5th in the league. A lot of teams in the round, Chelsea and Arsenal right now as it stands. Man City are 5 points in front of you. And Liverpool 9. So you man need to start winning games, man. What are you saying?
In terms of the title thing, yeah, man, it's kind of got to get together for challenging for this league, so called. But I'm still quietly confident. But I know we're gonna drop points in it, like the same way we lost points against fucking Bournemouth and Newcastle. I would have put those as dead rubbers to win. So knowing how shit goes, there's gonna be points dropped in there somewhere. It's gonna be somewhere so unexpected though, which is gonna piss me off. So yeah,
it's football, innit?
Yeah, man.
But yeah, Pep news not looking good.
He's looking good. I don't want him to leave. I need Arteta to beat Pep, fam. Big man thing. And no one else. If we do end up getting over the line, no one else will have as much strength to celebrate it as much as me.
Could you imagine?
I don't want to see no Arsenal fans celebrating it that wanted Arteta out. I don't want to see it. If Arteta does win the league,
this isn't going to happen. Yeah. But like, could you imagine if Chelsea won the league while Pep was here? Could you actually imagine how like all the fan bases, the Arsenal fans, the Liverpool fans, that would break?
It's gonna happen soon. I think I'll say like I'll be very, very confident about it next season. If I'm being honest with you, and bro, we're gonna be insufferable. I think we're already annoying now that we're kind of good again. It's already starting to piss people off.
You can say that again. You can say that again.
better than Rice. Palmer's better than everyone. We're doing that already. But when we win,
you say that again.
Oh
say that again, fam. But another thing, people forget that other players and other teams and other managers can also be great as well. Because Slot's come in and done a great job. He's a good manager. He's a good manager that's doing a good job. That is okay to happen. That's a good point. People forget stuff like that.
There can be more than one team that's good.
There are great people in the world, you know. You know what I'm saying?
So is beating Pep, pause if I have to, really that noteworthy if he's not at his best?
Nah, it's still sick.
Yeah, no, it's still
not at his best.
You know that phase, you know the Champions League final. Everyone was like, "Oh, Chelsea's got no chance." And then I'm hearing after the game, "Oh yeah, he should have played Rodri." No one cares, isn't it? Like you lost. Like you lost.
Which is mad. Then so you know what's crazy then. So we've kind of
if you win, you win, innit? Whether it's a handball, Martinelli handball,
that's why
if you win,
when Arsenal fans do the whole it's Pep though. That irritates me. We had them in a Champions League final. We were the underdogs.
Yeah, but we got no cup. And who scored? Cup is anybody can win on the day.
Yeah, but who scored? Who scored? Oh, well, quickly, Phase. Who scored?
Are you really flexing?
I'm just asking a question. I'm not flexing.
So you know what? With this same narrative, yeah, because I like to think that if narratives are realistic, they have to be consistent in it across the board. So with that same narrative, yeah. We got to put some respect on Jake Paul, innit?
Oh my days.
We have to, innit? Because Tyson won at his best, but a win is a win, innit?
Yeah, that's the end of the stream, obviously.
No.
It's a win, lads.
Too far.
A win is a win, lads.
On the record, Mike Tyson.
Tyson, bro.
How old is he? Like 65 or something? What are we doing here?
How long's Pep been slam dunking everybody, bro?
Man said Jake Paul's gassed, walks out, eating burgers. Like, I think Mike Tyson. What a shameless. I
still thought Jake Paul was going to lose, but I got that wrong.
Bro, Pep, man. I'm not even, man's not doing the Pep thing as in like, oh, he's here. It's more like he could fully win another 2 leagues.
2? And everyone's focused on Arsenal, but they don't know. Pep's got 4 in a row. He could get 6 in a row.
Bro, imagine he gets 6 in a row. Like,
it's not, I wouldn't, it's only got to get 2.
You know the league won't recover. I know football's cyclical and it moves on, but that's embarrassing.
No,
surely.
You know when that happens though, yeah. Like,
man, none of our teams do nothing. Seriously.
This don't help my Ronaldo.
Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, United. So we're just gonna let them win 6 in a row. Like
he's the Usain Bolt of this generation, isn't it?
But I think the reason why he's extended is because he may actually. There's a serious reality that, well, to him, he's thinking, I might not win the league this year, and I want to leave with a win. It's kind of like Fergie when he was rumored to leave in 11-12. Then City won the league, and he was like, you know what, fuck it, let me do another year. I think if he wins the league next season, he's not gonna do that that optional extension. He'll probably just leave. But he's supposed to go out. He wants to just go out blazing glory. Like probably wants.
He wants to see the team out like Klopp did, innit? Like leaving a good end, like win the league or win the champs, and then keep it moving.
But then again, if he wins 5 in a row, he might say, "I want 6 in a row."
No, but if you think about the team just the Man City's going through a transition, isn't it? A lot of their older players,
definitely,
starting to cut, like KDB, Bernardo Silva. If you man deep it, they're going through like a mini transition, isn't it? There we go. So he probably wants to see out that.
Even
team.
Edison wants to leave. Even Edison was going to Saudi, wasn't he?
Oh, that's their core. That could be like half.
And Haaland's probably going to go Madrid or one of them teams anyway, as well as.
I'm saying. So like, there is a world where they could lose like 5 of their main pillars they've had the last few years next season. So he probably wants to see a transition.
But this same with Liverpool as well, though. Like everyone's forgetting the Trent, Salah, Van Dijk. God, it's gonna go soon.
Alisson,
yeah. So even with that, that's why once again next season I'll be very confident with trying to win the league because these lot they're getting phased out. It's a new era, man.
You man, Arsenal Chelsea rivalry, yeah.
Is that
what we're saying?
I need that.
Is that what we're saying for the league? Could you imagine City Liverpool fall off and it's Chelsea and Arsenal?
I want United, Arsenal, Chelsea going for the league again like it used to be the good days, man. I don't want all of this like.
When were we ever involved in that? I don't remember being.
You guys used to be. You guys would be here and you guys would be in the title race till like April. You know when Eduardo breaks his.
Oh, he wants to do the tribal. He wants to do the trivial thing now. He's getting to the trivial thing. Towards the end of the stream, he's getting trivial.
Hey, you might remember. Where did you man finish that season we went with Mourinho? Where did you man finish?
I think he finished 4th.
So you weren't even competing?
I can't remember. No, we ain't been competing for a while, man. We ain't been competing for a minute.
No, but you was in the title races, though. You were in the title races in the late 2000s.
Nah, not really.
Specialist in failure was a long time ago.
And we definitely didn't believe it that we were going to win the league anyway. We definitely didn't believe it.
Chelsea and Arsenal never had a major rivalry. It was a major trophy.
Europa
League was the only one.
We only really came across each other in cups, you know, to be honest. Like,
and we would always, and even then, we thought we were always going to lose. We never thought we could beat Chelsea. Not on the real.
Hey, Faze, that's the prime. No, that's AFT era you're talking about. That Baku loss was prime AFTV. 2019, I was in uni. We were watching that on my bed. Woke up late, you know the vibes.
That's Emery.
We didn't
believe we were going to beat them.
You see, when people give me this Emery chat that he's done this and was you wrong in sacking Emery? Shut the fuck up, bro. You don't know nothing. Shut the fuck up. He got spanked 4-1 in a final. Who loses a final 4-1?
Giroud as well, you know. Giroud
does that. Who does that? Giroud shouting, "I'm blue."
Do you know what's bad? I thought we were going to lose that game. Like,
Emery did that.
They had the bust up in training.
Yeah.
Like we lost the final.
Wait, hold on a minute. Yeah, Chelsea weren't in good form.
We weren't.
Exactly.
Arsenal, I think, finished above us.
No, we finished 3rd in the league. They collapsed on the against Crystal Palace when Mustafi and that were moving mad the last game.
Yeah.
Oh my days! I remember that.
So then
this is how you know. This is how you know I'm dead inside a little bit. Because you see, like all the slack we get nowadays, about not doing this, and it don't bother me. But talking around this period that's aggravating me. I'm not gonna lie, my belly's getting a bit warm. I'm getting a bit annoyed and frustrated and uncomfortable remembering that period. See, that's when I used to care, and I'd be so good on the stream.
But you man haven't finished 12th. You man haven't finished 12th. Are you man deep in that,
bro? We went 2 games. We went 2 months of 2 wins, like 1 win, I think.
Man, them CB, don't let me get up the record.
One month. It's like where we had 1 goal.
Bro, have you ever conceded 4 to Reading? You ever had to hang on? You ever had to hang on to the 4-4 with Reading?
Have you ever been 4-0 up against Newcastle and drawn 4-4?
Do you get what I'm saying? Bro, you ever planned to watch it? You ever planned to watch the Chelsea versus Arsenal match with your boy and he's running a bit late and it's 18 minutes gone in the match and he ain't even reached your yard yet and he's got to go home because you're 3-0 down? Have you ever experienced that? That? Don't talk to me about this stuff.
That's a long time. I remember
I don't even want to relate. You guys can have that. I don't even want to relate. But listen, Tesla, I got to go,
No, we're going to cut anyway. We're going to cut out on 15 minutes. Big up the chat. Big up CB for joining. Big up Just D, of course. And FaZe jumping on the channel again. all the channels in the description below. Easy to click on and just follow, subscribe, watch their live content. CB as well, because live on many different channels. Big up the chat. We're in the car out of here. Love for the love. Hit the like, comment,
Love
and
my
peace,
brothers.
man.
Big up, man.